Hello, guys. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me.
We did.
Hello, friends.
There's an ad on stream, so El Bozos. Oh, yo, any VOD, any subs, any ad skippers, any VOD watchers?
Any heroes?
We
Are
did
there
not
any-
discuss
any
who was
legends?
gonna intro here, so I just okay.
I mean, it's a good thing
What
you
is
did
this
that.
in
It,
you speak of?
because when I counted down, I forgot I had another extra button to press.
Ah.
So you just spaced it out correctly. Anyways, welcome to the draft of Aurora Season 2. This is already terrible. Get Booney. Can we... Okay, I'm timing out Logan. Time out Logan for a minute. Okay.
There's not a whole lot to talk about before the draft started.
Who do we think first round's gonna be?
Let me pull up the sheet real quick. You can pull up your own sheet at if you look at announcements, there's a community sheet you can pull up and look at all the players.
Picks are in. Okay, I'm understanding.
Boy.
I could see like a good cold beer early draft here, something like that. I mean, I'm always a big fan of like, a good Mikey draft, right?
I feel like Akua and Mikey always tend to go really early, but
Yeah. Oaks.
Wiggle Higgle first. That's my prediction.
Wiggle Higgle first. Yeah.
I mean, I'll be real with you. I think if you pick up Kevin Toyota, just because of that fire beat he put in the team intro. I mean, holy! I want the musical genius on my team. That's all I'm gonna say.
A true hero.
It is indeed a true hero, but we also the other person to consider is like people like Poi. If you want to pick him up for tank, even though he's not for DPS, that is also something else to consider because MVP last season kind of goes hard on that tank role, able to just do a lot all the time. But the pick is in. The first round, the first pick in the Aurora Season 2 draft for the Loch Ness Nessies, the Charbertron's team, being drafted by Nutty right now, is Vindyman.
The man, the myth, the legend, the console warlord.
Something else to keep in mind for this season is that console players do not have their SR reduced because of the introduction of auto aim.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, it's no longer minus 500 SR. So
now
Which is
actually
probably a good
operating
thing.
it as a true SR. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, what does that put him at? I gotta
highest
check.
SR I think in Overwatch League and Aurora Esports history.
Well,
It was calced at. Let me just go back to because I
4406.
Yeah.
Holy.
Oh, I just hit all the wrong buttons.
That's pretty high, you know.
I mean, that is kind of crazy high.
I can't count that high, so I would agree.
Well, I mean, I expect we're gonna crank out these first few picks pretty quick. So
Yep, as long as I can black out everything on time and not get lost behind in the draft.
Okay.
The second pick is in. Let me also click this hotkey and do that now. Woo 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 woo. Let's actually hit back to see the Tortuga Team 2, captained by Muffin Lumps, has selected. Let me go back to the chat to make sure I'm reading it correctly because I have to go between 5 different tabs. Where'd it go? There's draft picks, chat. It is Cupcake for support.
I can read it for you.
Please.
You seemed like you were really struggling.
You struggled on Tortuga Team 2, but that's not even the hardest name.
I had to go. I had to go back
name.
to make sure I was reading it and saying it right because
I do. Yeah. I do want to give a quick shout out to the captains this season. We had some killer names. I mean, obviously you guys have seen it in the reveal video, but as we get to reading some of these out, some of them are perfection. You know?
I would also like to yell at Nash for making it look scuffed for his pick because I didn't read it correctly. But also, back to Cupcake for the pick. Big pick can flex to high-ranking support, but also a really good off-roll into DPS.
Cupcake's a great mechanical player, I think, and a pretty reasonable team leader. I haven't played a whole lot with Cupcake, but big fan. Also, great name.
Same.
Yeah.
You want me on the next pick?
Let me click the right buttons. The pick is in for Nash's team. I didn't even look at the name. The Mischievous
The-
Monokumas.
Yeah, so the Monokumas have selected Typhoon, Flex, all roles. Everybody can roast Nash for not actually inputting it in the correct way. But I like the pick. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Good
good
aimer.
pick. Oh,
Uh,
Yeah.
Good DPS. Good tank. You know?
yeah, I mean, all these players in this first round, I expect them to all be incredibly mechanically talented, and I think it's so far has shown. And with that, let's move on to the next pick.
Next pick,
Alright.
for the Kakun Coconuts. This is an interesting case, and I will explain this. We allowed to have 2 GM captains, being Corey and Trey. They are earlier up in the draft because we have selected them a co-captain and such that will be their first round pick. So the first round pick for the Cancun Coconut Strays team will be Paige. And we are using Paige's draft SR for their draft positions of these teams. And I'll tell you who Corey's co-captain is later on. No spoilers. Woo!
Yeah, no leaks, no leaks.
So,
this
curse
is something
can't
that we
happen.
have done in this is something that we have done in the past. I would like to clarify this. When you look at like specifically Roar's team, was that last season?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is not necessarily a new thing, that this is just the first time that we're implementing it with like multiple people in one season. So seeing Trey and Paige on the same team, I'm honestly really happy to see that. I think that both of them together are gonna have a lot of fun, and it's hopefully will mean a win for a cat team, you know?
I mean, we got 2 of them this season, right?
2 of them, yes.
So there's a chance.
There's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance. I mean, Paige is a great player. I will say, you know, we're not expecting, you know, that same caliber as Typhoon and Cupcake in this first round, but Paige is awesome to play with, and I really enjoyed the time I played with him. So going on to the next pick.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. It would be for the Junkyard Dogs. I think the pick is in. You guys talk about
Yes,
it
it
while
is.
I roll for I get Nort's thing figured out.
So
'Cause,
the
yeah.
pick for the Junkyard Dogs is Akua, all roles.
Yeah.
I do like that people are specifying all roles for some of these players. I do think it's kind of funny. I feel like you don't really want Randy on the support, but we have seen time and time again that the DPS of that man and the tank of that man go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to leak at all, but I did have Randy on support in a scrim. What was it, yesterday? 2 days ago? Oh my, that Mercy went hard. Let me tell you, I put up the most damage on the team on Bastion.
Listen, Randy is my hero, dude. I love the guy. I don't know if I want him on Mercy for me. So
Yeah, super easy
I
player to
like
play
your
with.
ambition though. The nano Valk potential with Randy on Mercy, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Akua's a great player. Always has been. I mean, you know, all these players, we have a couple Pizza Pirates members here. And they're all like still learning too, and I think it's great, and I can see them improving, you know, season after season.
Okay, moving to the next pick. We have the Paris Paper Planes, captained by Yeetmeister. That's a good logo, though. Wait, is that?
I love the
Oh, I
logo.
just got tripped up by
The
the
Pet
logo.
Rocks logo,
Yeah,
just on top
The
of a paper
Pet Rocks
airplane.
on
On
an
a plane.
airplane,
I got
dude.
tripped out because the logos, because there's a logo in the background. It's a paper airplane on the paper airplane.
Oh my god, you're right. What the heck?
I was like, what's going on there? That's. Anyways, but the pick is in. And
All right, and for Sir Yeetmeister's pick, it's the one, the only cold beer.
run it back.
Powerful warlord, my king.
I just played against Coldbeer and ranked not 30 minutes ago. I lost. It's unfortunate. You know, cracked gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the main carries coming in from the Pet Rocks from last season, Yeetmeister's team, was pretty. Don't know what the word I'm looking for here. important, I guess, is the only word I can think of, in their playoff run. With also Thick Boy coming on the Hog, able to do a lot of work with that Mercy Pocket Soldier and Roadhog in that meta in the playoffs. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, another crack DPS player, right? I think we got a lot of them this season, as someone just pointed out in Twitch chat. I think Coldbeer is yet another one of these players that can hang with Akua, Mikey, Typhoon, Cupcake. These top level players.
Yep. And this next pick is gonna be a very interesting one because we have Nort Logic for the random Jimmies, and this I made a list of the highest SR for the 2 roles that Nort wanted. He told me he wanted DPS or support, so it was rolled. Around 5 highest SR on each of those roles was rolled, and the RNG selection picked Flawless for DPS.
So for context, Flawless is one of my teammates over here at NIU on our varsity Overwatch team. Used to be a tank player. Now he's swapped over to DPS. Kind of carries a little bit. I won't give him all the credit because we have a lot of good players on our team, but the man comes like an owl player. So I'm expecting him to have quite a bit of fun on Nort's team with the amount of chaos that I've seen him bring in just our scrims, combined with the Nort logic himself. I would not be surprised to see some good old-fashioned rat strats coming out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and what a strategy, rolling all of your picks.
No,
I mean, you'd expect
we
nothing less.
only let him roll the first and the last.
Okay.
Aww.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, blame the admins. I don't know what to say. Look, man, I'm just the commentator. I've never seen Flawless. I trust the judgment over here though, and I think good first round pick. Again, lots of crack DPS coming in here.
Indeed. And
yeah, I had probably 4 captains reach out to me asking for information on Flawless. Nort was not one of them.
I mean,
so...
Nort didn't need to reach out to anyone. It's just RNG.
Oh yeah.
That's the beauty of it. You don't need to.
The only
to
thing reaching out is the arm of RNGesus. Anyways, move on to the next pick. This is Corey's team, the Washington Overwatch team, and another co-captain situation. The co-deck captain will be Whalefish. Just drafting with Whalefish SR. We'll be moving on to
Mr. Manby himself.
Wait. I need to pause here. I want to say this has nothing to do with Whalefish, but it does have to do with Corey. I'm a little upset that the intro song was not Corey in the house. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fair enough.
That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm done.
All right. The next pick will be Booney's team with the Broncos Country Riders, and let's take a quick gander at the War Room cam if it loads, and there they are, Booney and Corey. Look at them. What are they doing there? Wave at the camera. Oh, they're shaking hands. They're committing tax fraud.
Beautiful.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, I believe the pick is in for this team as well. Someone read it.
Oh,
I can read it.
Oh, of course, my lord.
With the 9th pick of the 2023 Aurora Esports, draft.
So to say.
Booney's team, because I forget their name. And oh no, but I actually don't. It's Broncos country. Let's ride. And with the with that 9th pick of the 2023 draft, the Broncos country riders select Sly on support.
Ooh, it's a pretty early pick in my opinion.
That's technically maybe the first support player. I mean, unless you include Cupcake or Kua.
Cupcake and Paige. But then again, that's
Paige was kind of a selection.
I think also Hyde. I don't know who that is. Oh wait, no, were they the one who dropped? I don't remember who dropped.
Huh?
My bad.
Hyde hasn't been drafted
It's on the
yet.
sheet still. I know, but oh, I thought we were talking in terms of SR. Were we not?
No,
No.
we're talking about being drafted.
My bad.
First player who we think we'll see on support probably. Cupcake played DPS last season. Could be
That's
playing
true,
support
yeah.
here. But
Sly is the 3rd highest strength support player on the sheet though. That's why I got confused. My bad.
really,
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, at least you can draft. Obviously, there's Corey and Strudel.
Out of
But-
out of the available that were at that time.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
we
yeah.
also
Nevertheless,
have
good pick.
we also have some shenanigans coming in. Trey was cooking.
Oh.
10 traded picks. Can you explain yourself?
Yes. I cooked.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So, we have the mischievous Monokumas again, picking in pick 10, 2 first-round picks. The pick is in. Why am I selecting that? Wait, how did I do that? Wait, I'm messing up the other sheet. Okay, I'm clicking off of that.
All right, and the pick is in. It is FedoraMaster.
Why? Why do you do this to yourself?
I mean, Fedora, you climbed a lot last season. I'm gonna give you some credit where credit's
Yeah.
due. You've done pretty well. You got to the grand finals. I mean, it's a reasonable pick here.
He picks up the GM1 Torb one trick player, highest ranked DPS player in the league right now.
I think, and this is my petition to you, FedoraMaster. I think you aren't a Torb one trick, and I think some of your other characters are equally as good, if not better, than your Torb.
Better? That's an insult.
I
I
say
take
it.
personal offense to that.
I still love when you first whipped out a real character.
The-
That was a great time
On a real
Blizzard
character?
World.
That means that Torb isn't that bad this season. Just saying, Torb is not bad right now, and I don't expect Torb to get nerfed anytime soon. So you'll probably be sitting.
I mean,
pretty with that
Torb just got
character
nerfed.
What got nerfed?
Minus
about Torb?
25
I don't
turret HP. It literally
boo.
means nothing though.
No.
Boo, boo.
It just means a tracer can one clip a turret easier. That's about it. Honestly, give turret armor HP. That could go hard.
Oh my, yeah, make turret unkillable from range.
Anyways, who's my wait? So that's myself,
team with
Nash, and
Typhoon.
Typhoon.
Interesting.
That sounds cancer to play against.
Yeah, does sound pretty bad.
Little bit.
Cause you're just it's like. Anyways, red pandas.
Whoa, hold up. No, wait. I just realized he drafted you for all roles.
Oh god,
Therefore,
oh no.
you're actually on support. I see what he went. I see what he's thinking there. What he's
Anyways, Riddle's team, probably the cutest team I think this season. The red pandas.
thinking. Agreed.
The red pandas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look how cute that is.
I mean, red pandas are just adorable. I have
They're
a
so
career
cute.
in Dota that's a red panda, and it's like one of my favorite ones. It's awesome.
nice.
Okay, and the pick is in, however. The red pandas select Mikey for DPS.
I'm straight up amazed Mikey took this long to draft. I'm not gonna lie.
I kind of am too.
I got drafted
rate-
before Mikey. That's
I rate
funny.
Mikey super high in just raw carry potential. He's pretty flexible as a player. I think he can play almost every character at a high level. And he at least used to play the game a lot. That being said, we want to talk about things that can make an impact on your Overwatch playing performance. This man just got a job.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The
Oh, no.
mechanic stonks down,
But the
Oh, no.
but the bank stonks.
but the
Up.
bank stonks up. Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
goodness. Making bank but losing aim.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to accommodate adult life for a little bit. That's gonna be kind of
Sounds
crazy.
difficult.
Yeah, it's hard.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Mikey, great player. Surprised it took him this long.
The next pick will be the Munich Mice Strudel's team. Another contender actually for cutest logo. Because look at that Pikachu. Look at that.
That's very cute.
But the pick is
Pika.
in. Oh, well.
Thank you, Trey.
I forgot Trey was here for a second.
I did too.
Okay, the pick is in, and it is going to go to 7 for DPS.
That's an interesting one, to be honest.
I'm watching these DPS picks comes in, and I'm like a big fan if you ever want to pick up this like cracked DPS player that you think is gonna carry you. And 7 is like one of those players, but I think it's
helps
a little bit below
yeah.
Mikey, if you want to say.
With people on the board still like for instance, Invictus is still there, Ox is still there, Rory is still there, you are still there, Sir Guku. I kind of didn't expect, you know, pick number 12 to be a plat player, you know?
I mean, synergy from the previous draft, the previous season, because Seven and Suda were on the same team with the champion
That's
team,
true.
and also value pick, getting that early so you can draft more evenly SR team.
Yeah, I mean, if you really, it's one of those cases of this is how Aurora Esports goes. If you believe Seven is way below the SR that they play at, then it makes sense as a pick for the first round. That being said, again, it's like it's strange because a lot of these other teams are picking up these top, GM players, in different roles, and so it makes it a little harder to justify, I think. But we'll see what Strudel puts together. What he
We'll
cooks.
see what he is cooking, yes.
The next pick is also in. Try getting another pick in the getting that. Why does it keep typing in there? Stop typing in there. Stop typing the sheet. Stop it. Pick is in for Trey's next pick 13. Trey's team, and the pick is. Someone fill in the blank so I can do something else.
Hide support.
Hide. Support.
So
Yeah,
that's that
rookie.
other super high rank support that we were talking about. They are limited to just support, but it is still a 4K player. The second highest support player aside from any of the captains. So now I guess Trey's got his support line figured out. We got Paige and we got Hyde. So yeah.
I mean, the one concern with Trey's team going into the rest of this draft here is, you have multiple players that are GM. You now have to be, drafted. You can't draft anymore, basically.
That's true. That's true. So now you gotta look and try to find the value
Yeah.
in the lower SR players and everything. So
Yep.
it kind of evens out.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what the average ended up being. If the admins would be willing to tell me.
The SR cap
Yeah, what's the SR cap for this season?
should be 3.3K.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah.
300.
Yeah, and
okay.
so, doing the math there, having multiple 4K players definitely puts a damper on your ability to pick out those, middle range players, right? You're gonna have to pick some lower SR players later on here.
So Trey, since we kind of forgot you were here again, any insider intel, any kind of thoughts that you would like to share with the class?
So on the Iceland Imps, we did the strategy of Sly put a lot of resources into me. I'm gonna try to do that again because all my other picks got yoinked.
Already?
Yes, I had 5 picks. I had 5 picks set up for the first round, and everyone got yoinked.
Sounds like me and the Stockholm Sessions having 11 of my picks be yoinked in between a round.
It's almost like this is a draft, and so
Yeah, I know.
you're vying over.
I mean,
top
to be
players,
fair,
and
I did try and bribe people during season 3.
Okay, well, I did get beat by the fact that Nort RNG'd my pick. So, yeah.
Anyways,
Fair.
Unfortunate.
next pick, PJ's team, the Roseville Raiders 2.
And they have selected, etc. with DPS.
Oh god, Widowmaker. My head.
The Widowmaker. The man who
Ex-
plays
ex-
with the invert
Etc. might be the
flight
only
stick
person
controls.
that's an older head than, I don't know, like me.
Boomers.
Etc. is truly an old, esports veteran at this point, and if he cooks right, sometimes he just clicks heads.
Yeah,
I'll
you're not
hype him.
wrong.
All I need to know is that if you are level with the Widowmaker as Torb, you can look down at the ground and turn your back, and your head hitbox disappears.
Well, you got to remember, Etc. plays with inverted mouse controls.
Oh god.
Yep.
You can shoot
So
through it.
it's not looking up; it's looking down.
I will still never understand how someone can play with that. I'm sorry, Elliot.
It's crazy. I still wish I didn't really get a chance to schedule this. I would love to do it still, but I want to do a show match sometime against Etc. where we both play with each other's controls. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I would love to see this. Possibly a new Stars Weekend kind of game mode.
Yeah.
Switch your settings.
Yeah, you play with your opponent's controls would be quite the
Oh my god.
quite the game.
You play with your opponent's sensitivities. Somebody out
Yeah.
there with that 19% or whatever now it is. on Cassidy.
I play with a DPI of 3200 and a sense of 17. We have another pick in.
We do.
Same person.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it is. Let me scroll up and see. Viridium for DPS. A reefer, an old reefer. I believe they played in maybe season 1 or 2. I know they played a while ago.
The name sounds familiar.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think this is looking like an old head team, which I appreciate. Yeah,
As
you gotta
an old head
respect it.
yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it might not win. I'll be honest, but I think you'll have a good time at the very least.
All right, and before we get into Rusty Gooma's next pick, let's check in again with the War Room camera.
The beautiful camera.
There they are. They're still cooking.
Look at them. I really like the little Charmander in the background that they got going on.
Yeah, there they are. Look at them.
Hi, Booney.
Wait, wait.
Luigi. Oh my god. We both noticed that at the same time.
Anyways, moving on to our next pick for Rusty Goomba for the Charlemagne Shapeshifters.
Alright. And the Charlemagne Shapeshifters have selected Nyahoiminoim, Nyamonia, Logan, the Genji player, for support and DPS.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yuanya is a good player, and you can play him on multiple roles. I think it makes sense, especially for second round.
My fellow crewmate.
Did really well last season.
It'll be
Respect.
interesting to see if he ends up playing more DPS versus more support.
It'd probably be.
Yeah, I mean the meta's changing, right? So
For sure.
We'll-
So I
we'll
think
see when it
having
shakes
both
out.
options open is definitely, I think, a plus for Sir Rusty Goomba himself. Man who's been known to draft some pretty good teams in the past,
The rats.
Totally,
He can't make rats 2 anymore. Nash yoinked me.
Rats to Electric Boogaloo.
Indeed.
Would the mice be the I guess the second coming, maybe? I don't know.
No,
The name is pretty similar.
I mean, sure. I don't know.
Maybe we're related somehow,
Science.
if you really think about it, aren't we all related somehow?
That's what the
True.
government wants you to think. Moving on. The pick is in for the Munich Mice. Strudel's the 17th pick in the draft. And it is...
Panic Bee, DPS. I have no idea who this
Djibouti.
is.
Team Djibouti from the World Cup.
Oh! Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
On the sheet theory, 3400 DPS player. Seems like they like some of the funny characters, too.
Oh my goodness, just like me for real. But yeah,
Just
their
like me, for real,
their
for real.
team went undefeated in the World Cup. So, and that also includes Fish, Don Wangler. From off the top of my head, there was another one. Who are you? Gotta scroll through the list. Laura, I think. I think that was the people who signed up from Team Djibouti. If I'm forgetting anyone, I apologize.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be real. I missed a couple seasons in the middle there and didn't really pay a whole lot of attention, so I do not remember playing against this player.
It's okay, I don't
Unfortunately.
remember either.
But
But I don't remember a
the
lot.
danger
3400
noodles.
DPS, you can't go wrong. I will say we are falling behind on the draft.
Oh,
so we're
No,
gonna
we
we're
know, we
doing
know.
fine. We are doing fine.
We're fine.
Don't
We're
worry
fine.
about it.
But the Red Panda's
Okay.
next pick in.
It is Ox DPS.
Oh, Ox and Mikey DPS. That sounds.
Ox and Mikey.
That sounds quirky.
Little reefing going on here.
A little bit.
A little bit of cooking.
That's a little bit of a scary DPS line. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, any DPS line with Mikey in it is a scary
A little bit
DPS
scary.
line.
A little bit scary.
I mean, Sully's a fine DPS player. Sully's aim is
It's really
pretty good.
I mean, also, I feel like Sully's one of the smartest players in the league. So you also have that paired up with Mikey and being kept up alive by the dog himself. So that's
Dog
Is,
bone emoji.
is Riddle Dog playing tank or DPS? Or sorry, tank or support, sorry.
Support main role.
Okay.
So yeah.
I wasn't entirely sure, because I know he does like to do a little bit of a flex, you know?
Surely. But once again,
Surely.
the next pick is again for the C4 chimps, the chili,
For the
Chilean chili,
chilling
chibili,
chimps.
Bing chilling chimps.
And it is Sonic Ronic on the DPS as well.
So another one of those monsters DPS from last season. Another value pick coming for their first pick because they traded away because Poke traded away his first pick. So yeah,
Poke's about to feast in like the third and fourth
Yeah.
round. I don't really understand the benefit of trading away your picks, but you know.
You know,
it's
for
getting
some reason everybody wanted to cook this season. Mostly Trey, but he managed to find some other people who would be willing to cook with him.
it's getting better, like well-rounded picks for getting a more average SR team.
Yeah, usually
true,
you pick to get like rounds 2 and 3 as opposed to rounds 1 and 2. You know, 2,
Mhm.
right?
And what we typically see is a lot of almost like really high SR players kind of being balanced out in the later rounds with some very low SR players. So we find a little bit of a middle ground more in the middle here. So
I mean, especially because we were just talking about how many top DPS players there are this season, I think it makes a ton of sense.
yeah, I agree.
Okay,
That
for the
being said,
20th pick in the
next
draft, the Bronco Country Riders have selected.
Invictus DPS.
Pew, 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 pew.
I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the picks that it's like you probably could have saw this one coming.
Yeah.
Booney very much would like to be on a team with Invictus again, and he has made it happen this season. But yeah, I don't know. I like the pick. Another really solid DPS player coming pretty early on here. I feel like we've been seeing a lot of DPS players getting picked up here pretty early. So
Yeah, I mean the DPS pool. You know, we look at the sheet. There's not a whole lot of them left.
Slurp.
You know, we'll see if they all get picked up by the end of this round, or if we're gonna see more trading happening
Where are
later
the
on.
tank picks?
That is true. There has
That's
been
what
like
I was
no
wondering.
tank picks so far.
now,
It's
to
crazy.
be fair, there are a lot of captains who are tanks, right?
That is true. That is true.
But at the same time, we still have like Yoda on the board, Fish on the board. There's a lot of people still on the board here that have not been picked up.
Yeah,
per se.
they're
So-
doobie. And with that, we have the next pick coming in from Corey for the
And it is
what?
Papa Tree.
Papa Triste. Yes. Whoop 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 whoop. So you got what on that team? You got Whalefish, Papa Triste, and Corey. And I believe Corey's gonna be playing support this season as well. I'm curious on Papa Triste for flex, so you could see the Papa Triste tank come in, which is something
the
I don't
old
think
classic.
we haven't seen. I think for a wee bit. So that could go
It's,
hard with
did
Corey.
was that
Pocket.
like season 2 or 3?
I think it
wanna
was
say?
season 2
Season
for the
2.
Beatles, right?
Yeah, that's an old classic. It didn't do well.
No, here's the thing. We do still have the Papa Triste curse happening too. So
Oh
Yeah.
no.
She won a game as a ringer.
I don't know if that counts.
I don't know if that
that
counts.
was on my team, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we were undefeated.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it counts.
Okay, well, you got one in your goat, Triste. I mean, Triste, I like.
I
playing
think
with
I
Triste.
think that's a half win.
super
I think
supportive
that's a half.
player,
It's I'd be willing to give it half credit there.
half a point.
Yeah.
I also just kind of want the curse to still be in the lore, you know.
The lore. It's written.
It
It's
is
written.
written in the stones.
But to keep things moving along, the writers pick again. Lots of train shenanigans, and Booney has selected.
HV sec. DPS.
Another
The
bro,
silent gamer.
HV. When will you get to your actual value on SR on the sheet? When? Why? Why your SR so low? You masters, help.
I mean, HV second Victus is a good DPS line.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Bit of role overlap, if I remember their hero pools correctly, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll work it out because, they're buds.
Yeah, I do think HV has a bit more of a few more flex DPS in his pool, like Hanzo if needed. I believe a bit of Torb as well, back in those days. But yeah, so it should still work out, I think. Then moving on to the next pick, where the Paris Pet rocks, and their pick is already in. So let's keep us moving along.
They have selected Urple for tank question mark?
Tank
I don't
question mark?
know what exactly yeet means by
I don't see
adding the
Oh,
question mark.
was that in there?
Yeah.
That's just
I don't know what
that's just
means,
hype. That's just hype, I think.
I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know much about Urpel,
I don't know anything about him either.
but I can tell you.
3,700, almost 3,800 tank player.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong. Again, it's like you kind of have free range of tanks here. It seems like based on how the draft's gone, unless you wanted Vind, and so fine pick, one of the top tanks in the league.
Urpel is I believe a collegiate player for UMN.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is something to keep in mind. So they have been on a team before within the
Alright.
community. So yeah.
Awesome.
So we might not know anything about them. Somebody else does.
Yeah. The next pick, the Junkyard Dogs, for the pick 24. Select
Roar. DPS.
another one of those
He has
very,
returned.
very smart players. That's really good to have on your team.
Return. The king.
Let me tell you, Roar does like to cook, and he's also a Junkrat enjoyer. Him and I get along great. I met him in his home area. We ate some wings. It was great. Good time. Good dude.
Yeah. Should be interesting to see how that team cooks. Let's see. Let me look. Go Seek also has Akua. So
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
that's quite the DPS line if you want to put those two
Yeah.
together. But it was also Roar. No, Akua's for flex. Roar is strictly for DPS in that. So
Yeah, and I think if you took at any of the teams right now, with the exception of maybe a couple that I will not name, you look at the people they've picked up so far, and I think it's looking pretty good. If no matter who you are, I think most of the picks here have made sense for the most part.
I think I would agree with you. There have been a few seasons where we're on the draft desk or we're watching the stream and we're like, I don't know about that team. Even by like round 3, we're kind of putting some question marks in our heads. But I don't think I'm doing that yet. Albeit there is still time. But as of right now, doesn't seem like anybody has completely thrown.
What is Booty have sunglasses indoors? What you doing?
He's too
They're thinking. They're thinking.
He is too
It's,
cool.
it's his
He
thinking
needs-
glasses.
His future is too
He needs to
bright.
be able to see his thoughts. He's on the phone. Who he calling?
He's calling. He's
Oh
calling
my
someone.
goodness, he cooking. He calling Chef Ramsay to help him cook. Oh my goodness. Anyways,
Could
moving on in the
ensure that
draft.
his player knew,
Picks are in for the C4 chimps once again, and they have selected
EJ, support.
friend
Every single
team.
time you say that, I think you're gonna like continue.
Nope, I'm never gonna
Yeah.
say it. I'm never gonna say it. So
Also-
just always fill it in.
Also, just pointing out, didn't say the whole name.
Getting lazy over there, I see.
Yeah,
yes,
I know.
yes, I am.
Typical
Yeah.
Tor players.
Not
Yes,
really
I am.
carrying your side of this.
You know,
It's actually not that hard of a name. All you got to do is say chili 3 times. Right?
chili,
So
chili, 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 chili,
chili,
chili, chili,
chips.
chili, 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 chili,
Chili,
chili,
chili,
chili, chili,
chilling
chili,
chips.
chili, 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 chili.
I like the name. You know what?
Yeah, I mean-
I really like the name. I think it's really just the perfect amount
Okay,
of chili.
Yeah,
EJ's the
EJ and
pick.
Poke are
Yeah.
EJ
Yes,
and Poke
EJ
are
is
really
the
good
pick.
friends.
Sorry.
I think both of them are very, I loved playing with them last season. They were great to play with. They were awesome. They're great communicators, and I think they have more than anything good names for their teams and good logos, because that's what we're looking at right here again.
Oh yeah,
So-
absolutely.
You know, good pick for the chilling chimps.
What is? Wait, this is not. How is this happening? 1 second. Oh,
is this
no.
happening? Oh
Wait
no.
a second. Oh no. Oh no. The
Are the graphics messed
the
up?
graphics are messed up somehow.
Oh no.
Talk about Rusty's next pick. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
okay. So the next pick for Sir Rusty Goomba and the Charlemagne Shapeshifters is in, and it is Guku for DPS.
I
Are
like
you
that guy.
surprised?
Hey, you know, what did I do? You go undefeated last season? No, I don't think. I think you know, there's a lot of really great DPS in this league. I'm not particularly mechanically talented, but I'm very excited to play with Rusty. So hopefully we can cook.
How did this happen?
Yeah.
Where'd my graphics
mean-
go?
Rusty's clearly got a plan going on here.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Well, who's he got now? Wait.
we got pneumonia and me.
Pneumonia and is that it? Wait.
That's
who am I
it.
missing?
Pneumonia, me, and Rusty. It's a good.
Yeah, I
squadron.
think that's a pretty good start, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a good squadron. I'm excited to play, and I think it'll be a fun time, even if we lose. I learned last season, and this is my educational moment, is even if you win every regular season game, you're not necessarily guaranteed to win in playoffs. Happens.
Does, yeah.
And so, you know, we got this.
You guys
I
can
think
talk
he's-
about the next pick. I'm
Yeah,
still
I was
trying
gonna
to.
say,
I'm
I
still
think
trying to
he's
get
still
back to
struggling
it.
a
I
little
gotta
bit.
keep scrolling and hopefully it doesn't reset again.
I'm like kind of like half watching in the corner of my eye, and I'm
It's just going,
slightly
man.
concerned.
It's just
it just
going.
keeps going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know a better way to do this. So
Yeah.
With the 27th pick
did it again.
in the 2023 Aurora Esports draft, the Chumby Wummies team, which I forget the name, selected
Tortuga Team 2.
the Tortuga Team 2 select Yoda on tank. What do you think?
I've played with Yoda before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that is Cupcake also on this team?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're doing there, Mr. Chummy Wummy, Mr. Muffin Lumps. Muffin Lumps is trying to draft the cousins, which I'm not gonna lie, it could be pretty funny, at least from a voice channel standpoint. I think the interactions between those two from every single time that I've been in a call with both of them have been basically the equivalent of some siblings bickering basically the entire time. So I think that that'll be pretty fun, but it does mean that they got a whole lot of synergy from people who have known each other for a very, 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 very long time.
Yeah.
Why did this happen?
I mean, Yoda's done well across the last few seasons, so you know, expect great things. You know,
I love Yoda.
Second, third tank pickup of
Does
the
not
draft.
mean that I will not teabag him in Mystery Heroes when we end up versing each other, though. So, yikes. You doing good there, Connor?
I don't know what happened. It just loops after I get to this point.
Well,
We'll just
I guess
catch back up.
I guess we are all Charlemagne shapeshifters now.
Yeah, just keep going while I still troubleshoot.
Yeah. Don't worry, we will.
'Cause it just
With the
keeps
next
looping.
pick in the draft, the 28th pick, the Loch Ness Nessies select. Oh boy, I don't know how to say this.
Vikosh.
Vika for DPS. Another person I have no clue who this is. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
You
You got anything?
Nah,
Randy's
I got
friend.
nothing.
Randy's
Oh,
friend.
Randy's friend. Okay, yeah. Well, I love Randy, so therefore I will like this person, right?
That's exactly how it works, you know.
Yep.
Yep. 3600 DPS player. Plays
All right,
Task
Pizza
Genjis,
Pirates, Pizza
Hanzos,
Pirates.
Reaper, Sojourn.
All right, I have
Oh,
understood.
Pizza Pirates. Okay.
Listen, I don't go to that school anymore. Cut me some slack, okay?
Elbozo, 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 elbozo.
I'm in the Pizza Pirates channel, and I don't know who's on that team.
Yeah, if anything, it's far more embarrassing for you. Let's be real here.
I've helped. I've helped them with homework, and
No way.
no, I don't know. I'm kidding. I don't know the current Pizza Pirates roster very well.
Okay.
Um,
You really
but-
had me concerned there. I'm not gonna lie.
but I do think it's any person who's making it onto the Pizza Paris roster is probably worthy of at least pick 29.
I would agree. I would agree. With that, let's go ahead and go on to the next pick,
Where am I?
which is also the Loch Ness Nessies. At pick number 29, they have selected Laura as DPS.
Djibouti.
Djibouti person. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I mean their name is Lore, so like I feel like we should know the lore, but I just don't.
I don't either.
I can read off the sheet though.
Seems like primarily a hit scan player. A little bit of Torbjorn, a little bit of Junkrat, a little bit of Hanzo, as we all do. We all dabble.
Around 3K, right?
Yeah. I think that's a solid pickup. Obviously I don't know a lot about this person. I don't know how much research a lot of these captains have done digging into some of these people, but I believe that if they're on Team Djibouti, there's obviously been some kind of footage of them somewhere here. So
Yeah, I mean there's just it is crazy the amount of teams and players that are in this draft. To the point where we have 2 captains in a war room.
yeah.
Let me click that button really quick while I still try and figure out this system, because it's I've literally just lost the order of the files because they're just I don't think they're.
There they are, the 2 captains in the war room. Trying to figure out how to make up for all these players that are getting picked up.
I do love their spiel they got, or their stick going on over there, Yeah. They're doing great. Alright, with that, the next pick. For Tortuga Team 2, we have Centurion DPS.
I love since an old head. I mean, not an old head, but has been around a while and
Not a super old head, but pretty old. The guy who is literally not allowed to get the PMA award anymore. Very good Pharah player, although we haven't been seeing him on it all that much recently. But I don't know, I like the pick. Dude's got a lot of flexibility. He can flex onto that support if he needs it.
I mean,
flex onto the tank if he needs it. So
yeah, since one of those DPS that I've always viewed as like very, very consistent. I think, there's flashy DPS and then there's consistent DPS. And Sent does have those moments, especially on Pharaoh, where he is flashy, but I think more than anything, you just expect Sent to put in the numbers, right? And do that he does.
yeah.
Good pickup.
And then the next pick is also in for the Cancun Coconuts. Wrecked Cactus for DPS. I think just like how you were saying all that about Scent, I think Wrecked Cactus is another one of those super consistent DPS players. I think the Hanzo that Derek likes to whip out on occasion might actually belong more into the other category of the flashy sometimes.
The slot machine.
I mean, it's impossible to not be flashy on Genji sometimes, right? You gotta.
Hanzo, but yeah.
Same thing sometimes.
Well,
Same thing, yeah.
They're brothers,
True.
They're basically the same character, except one has a bow and arrow and the other has a sword, so not at all the same character. I don't know where I was going with this tangent.
Football.
Cool.
Football!
No, we're not to football yet.
Football.
We're not to football yet.
Football!
Football.
We traded away this round's pick.
Football!
Football.
Hola.
Thank you. I'm Jimmy's pick.
Ah! I lost the pick. Hold up.
With the 32nd pick in the Aurora Esports draft, Nortlogic selects Teddy M, the random dice roll team. I don't remember their name.
Random Jimmies.
I'm
Random
terrible.
Jimmies.
Random Jimmies. Sorry.
He has a name tag on him and everything.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of definition on my second monitor, unfortunately.
Oh. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't know a whole lot about Teddy M. I can pull up our sheet and tell you that
I have versed this man in Mystery Heroes way too many times at this point when he decides to Q snipe us when we are shapeshifting. No matter what he is playing, he will find a way into our walls, and he will somehow find a way to kill at least one of us before he goes down. The blaze of glory. The dude is a Chad. I don't know.
I mean, if you're in this league, right? If you're like a 2500 DPS player, and you're traded 1-for-1 in every single fight, I mean that's a W. Like you should win.
Yeah.
Purely off that. So I look forward to seeing Teddy M on the battlefield. We can both feed together.
Oh man.
Anyways,
The next pick is also in. Would you like to read this one?
I mean, I
It
was.
would
I was
kind of
just...
feel awkward if I did.
FlipFlop.
But
Oh no! I think you should read it.
Thank you.
I think you should read
my bad,
it.
my bad.
FlipFlop.
FlipFlop for support for the Junkyard Dogs.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Man, I hate this play.
Is this? How is this SR
I am
work?
now on a team with Roar and Akua, correct?
How's this
Yeah,
calc?
That's a fun. It's gonna be a fun team.
And
How is that calc?
and wait, and Fruitles
And
actually.
Fruitles.
And Fruitles, because Fruitles is Ghostseeker's manager, Fruitles is player.
Oh my.
So yeah,
Oh no.
that's that is cooking. That is cooking.
Yeah, it's definitely cooking. That's for sure.
It is a cooked team.
Fruitles supports, but I go crazy.
Yo, wait, support buddy? Oh my god. I would love to see Fruitles support with me.
It's his highest SR role.
I think this is my first time playing on a team with Roar, actually.
Mm.
I mean,
I think it is.
I'll warn you. I'll warn you. I played on a team
yeah.
with Roar many times.
Yeah, give me the warning, give me the warning.
You know, sometimes
blackmail, maybe?
Roar spends a lot of time cooking. Roar, I see you in
Okay.
the chat, and I'm sorry for saying this, but sometimes you cook a little too much. You know, I love you.
Well, it is a good thing that I like food.
Yeah, that is true.
I will also partake in the cooking.
Yeah.
You forget I was on the rats,
You just
too.
gotta be in it to win it. You know. Of course.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I'd be excited to play on this team. That sounds like a good
I'm
roster.
pretty excited. I like the logo too. Nice
yeah.
job to Ghostseeker. I believe. Yeah, he basically did all of it.
Yeah, you have strong callers. You have strong support players. I think all you need is a tank, right?
I think Akua is tank. Akua is tank.
Randy might be on tank.
I mean,
so.
then you're sitting pretty. I don't know.
Yeah, because you have Fruitles, Roar, DPS.
I
FlipFlop
want
support.
Randy on Doomfist. That's
So,
what
yeah.
I want.
Next pick for the
PPP.
you know.
Yeah, the new.
I think.
We have Cello Guy, support God.
Yeah, friends with Sully, Oaks, Poi, hasn't played Overwatch in a bit, but I believe has climbed a lot playing with him. So that's a new rookie. Should be interesting to see how they perform in the league, especially with, you got the Urpel, a tank, and then Cello Guy, and then Colby. You have a high SR player in each role.
I'm gonna be real. The first time I saw Cello Guy, I thought it was my brother on an ult account.
Music Maniac,
I
no.
didn't think there was this many cello players in the general populace of Overwatch, but apparently the overlap is quite high. I mean, I've told Sully plays a big cello sometimes, you know. He'll hate that. Anyway, you know, music players apparently make pretty good video game players, so
Apparently.
I'm excited.
Right, and with that, the next pick from the random Jimmies is also in. We have Nuttier for support. Nuttier's been climbing a lot this season.
Indeed. So, let's see. That team right now is Nuttier.
HVSec.
HVSec.
Wait,
No,
no,
Nuttier,
I'm losing.
Teddy.
The colors
and
are not
Flawless.
out.
Interesting to see how that team works
Nuttier's
out.
Teddy and Flawless, yeah. Well, and Nort, but
And Nort.
yeah.
A lot of cooking gonna happen in that team.
Yeah.
I do know Nort wanting to do a bit of the haha sillies with this team, so that should be interesting to see how this works out.
I think we'll get at least a little bit of the haha sillies. But I also think you have a lot of vocal people on that team, right? From Flawless and Nuttier to Nort, you have a lot of people who can actually calm what they're doing, and actually have a tendency to do so. So I think that's going to be pretty good for them, at least.
Yeah, I think having a lot of commerce is just good in this league in general, right? We have a lot of talented players. Not every single talented player is tilt-proof or good on comms. And I think that's a powerful combination. If you just have a lot of people who are good on comms, willing to take the back seat, but also step up if needed, it's huge.
Yeah. With that, we have the next pick for Corey's team. Classic.
The Washington
The
team.
Washington Overwatch team. We have Bunny.
The package deal is secured.
True.
Yay!
Yay! Can we get some yays in chat?
Can you get
Yay.
a yeah?
A what?
Yippee!
Ah, yes. That as well. I'm watching you, chat. Come on. There we go. Keep it coming. I need more. Roar saying yes, certain. Anyways. Bunny, whalefish. Package pair. Mercy pocket, whalefish. Could go crazy.
Oh god.
Along with, I mean, just look at the selection. Papa Triste tank being pocketed by Corey. Hey, I think the only thing you need
Not
on that
gonna
team
lie.
is another DPS.
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of a scary team. I don't like that.
This team's gonna do
like-
great if Rollock goes away. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh.
If Goats comes back, this team's vibing.
Well, if Rollout goes away, then wouldn't that mean that all the tanks would get their health nerfed?
Don't
Hmm.
remind me of that. It still confuses me whenever I play tank and I'm like, all right, time to go make space. Wait a second. I can't do that.
I'll be in Mystery
I'm
Heroes.
dead already.
My 300 health on Doomfist doing tickles instead
I
of
love
damage.
having a huge hitbox and 200 HP.
Bro,
Oh, I love
that's
that.
why I just think Bastion's goated in Mystery Heroes now in that. Because it's just the same hitbox as a tank, but you do like double the damage.
Oh yeah. I like that we're just sitting here talking about, you know.
I mean, yo, Trey, you want to talk about Paladins?
Huh? Yeah, let's
It's
talk
okay, the
about
next
them.
pick is literally for the characters.
Did you guys know that in next season, or in the bounty shop on the 18th, that's 8 days from now, the Salt Io skin's coming back. So if any furries are in the chat, you can pick up the Salt Io
And
skin.
with that, we're moving on to the next pick.
Yeah, which happens to be for the Charlemagne Shapeshifters. Thank you very much. Slimal for DPS.
You don't have to
Because
put
I don't know how
so
to
much
say
questionable
these names.
intonation on it.
It's just Slimal. It's like slime more. It's like more sly. You know?
I don't know who this is.
Yeah,
I don't know who
Slimal
this is.
signed up on support.
Okay,
They're
that makes a little bit more
3,700-ish
sense.
support, but they're a 2,800-ish DPS player. So, interesting.
So Rusty is cooking.
I mean, doesn't he always?
If you want to be a correct shapeshifter, you gotta be able to shift shape to an off
That's true. That's true. You
so-
gotta be able to play a whole bunch.
It's a role swapping team, you know.
Exactly.
You got Logan being able to bounce back and
Except
forth
for the
between the
fact
tank
that
and
Riley Rusty
between the
Goomba only
DPS and
signed up for
support.
tank.
Hey, shh, don't worry.
Oh,
He
okay.
doesn't need to shapeshift. He's already gonna
Well,
be playing.
we can
Rock,
just
Paper,
sub him out.
Scissors.
It's fine.
Yeah, true. He's
You
just,
can
Put him
just
on other
sub out
tanks.
Rusty.
he's just gonna shapeshift into a bench.
Bench your captain,
Perfect.
and then we move on from there.
Yeah.
And with that, I've been traded. I mean,
All right. The next pick, the chilling chimps. Select Thick Q Boy. DPS.
Interested to see him picked up for DPS this season. I believe that is what he signed up for main role. I mean, then again, he was basically playing DPS last season on Hog. What's the difference?
Yeah.
the difference is he's not going to be playing DPS on this team probably because Poke is the captain.
Well, he was drafted as DPS.
Or,
He
he's
was
not going to be
drafted
playing.
as
He's not going to be
DPS.
playing tank at all, right?
Unless.
Unless.
I will say Poke Sojourn goes kind of hard.
Ooh, interesting.
But I don't know. Thick Q Boy is a, good player, mechanically talented.
Yeah. Where was he? Was one of the very late round picks in last season popped off. Now in the middle of the pack for the draft. Did you just see? how the DPS will look and if it will be another contender for the late pick award. I don't remember the name in it. Mr. or Mrs. Irrelevant. There we
Mr.
go.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Irrelevant is the NFL late pick award.
Where's gaming grandma?
Where is the real gaming grandma?
I think the Q boy could do well, and with that, we probably should move on to
Moving
the
on.
Yep.
Riddle Dog's next pick. Now this
Riddle
is
Dogs,
someone.
Red Pandas.
This is someone
Select.
he's wanted to play with, and also someone that Trey
Paladins
and I.
player.
Yeah, the Paladins player. I think. Can we get him on the desk really quick, and we can mute Jamie and Guku and Trey.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nathan and I can just talk about Paladins for the rest of the
Yeah, go
draft.
ahead.
That could be hype.
Go ahead.
But
I can just
anyways,
go, don't worry about it.
I'll mute myself willingly. Don't worry.
but anyways,
I'll also deafen myself.
picked up
but-
for tank, and I believe when he was ringing for a few times when he was ringing for tank, he outperformed his SR by a lot. So he is a GM Paladins player. I don't know what the conversion rate is to Overwatch, but yeah,
It might be 1-to-1, you know?
it might be
knows?
one to
I'm
one.
gonna
All
be
right,
real.
updating
Never
his
played
SR.
Paladins.
All right, we'll fix that. Don't worry. Moving on. Next pick in the draft, the Munich Mice. For the 40th pick in the draft, select the real fish, the Djibouti captain.
Oh,
Back
so,
at it
so
again.
now he can read them. I see how it is.
I can sometimes read, but not all the
Yeah,
time. It was a
okay.
short word. I can read that much.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
My little
see.
bunger helped me read that. So,
What kind
Gotcha.
of fish is a tanky fish?
fish, are you in chat? What type of fish are you?
This is
Like,
actually a very
is
good
it like
question.
a
I
like a
wanna
sea
know.
tuna, like one of those really big tuna?
Maybe it's like
Are
a
you-
catfish.
Clownfish,
Oh,
clownfish.
clownfish.
So you're a funny guy.
Yeah, so I expect to see only. Isn't there a tank with a clown skin?
You know what?
Roadhog.
I swear there
Nemo
is.
did
Roadhog.
tank a lot.
Roadhog has a clown skin. Yeah, that's pretty clown.
You better
Okay,
only use that skin.
Yeah.
yeah. You're locked in now.
Who's my
Fish Face.
captain?
Your captain, Fish Face.
Your
is...
captain is
Strudel.
Strudel.
Who do I
Strudel.
DM? It's Strudel.
Congratulations. to Fish.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Is that how many Djibouti people did Strudel manage to get?
I think that's 3 or 3? 2?
Two or three?
2? 7?
A few.
Oh yeah, he did pick up 7. Aha. Anyways,
I will say.
Moving
that,
on.
you know,
wait, no,
it's-
Guku.
You know,
Go ahead,
fish
Guku,
is.
sorry.
You know, I'm curious on if you put like fish and whalefish on the same team. You know, is that good or bad? Do you want multiple fishes on your team?
Whale-
I think they just
players?
dry up.
Yeah.
They've
They
used
just-
up too much water.
Overwatch doesn't have enough water.
Yeah,
I mean, I would put
just
them
like
flip-flop.
California.
I'm gonna be real. I'll put you on the same team.
Yeah.
You know, because
Flip flop
sit
like a
on the
fish.
deck
You
and
know?
flop like a fish. Yeah,
Yeah.
flip flop
Oh,
like a fish.
yeah. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm sure we can get some other fish themed players. You know.
Aqua.
Aqua. Yeah, every single time the
Yeah,
casters
aqua,
say
actually,
aqua.
that one works pretty
Aqua.
well.
How do you say?
Aqua. I like it. I like it.
All right. With that being said, the next pick is in for the Charlemagne shapeshifters, and how fitting that a shapeshifter would draft the Dong Waggler
Another Djibouti.
for DPS.
Another
The Dong
Djibouti
is
member,
real,
so-
guys. That's all I'm saying.
Oh God, moving
It's
on.
definitely real. It is definitely real.
Dong Waggler is a pretty good name. I'll admit.
Yeah. The next pick is in for PJ's team, the Roseville Raiders. There's not much to say about Don. Right? He's just on Djibouti. Yeah. Anyways, the selection is in. Another one of the people that I expected PJ to pick, but I just did not know the order. It is Kev for support. Oh my goodness! Holy smokes!
Do you want to just announce the next one too?
It's Kevin Toyota.
Wow.
Toyota on that beat.
So
Yeah.
back-to-back supports for PJ there. I think you guys probably know more about these people than I do, to be honest.
I don't know nothing.
Okay, never
He's
mind
played,
that.
played in a while, right? I
They,
mean,
season 1 and season 2. I think season 2 is when most of these people stopped playing the game of Overwatch.
Yeah.
so good to have him back. I really, really want again Kevin Toyota to make a diss track at some point. I'm
Return of the
petitioning
diss
for it.
tracks.
Yeah. I want some. I mean, I've heard the music once. I want it again.
Okay, now because we caught up a bit, let's look over these teams again really quick. So
Yeah.
Trabertron currently has Vind, Vikov, and Laurer. Chummy Wummy has Cupcake, Yoda, and Scent. Nash only has Typhoon and me, because trades go crazy. Angel Trey has Paige. These colors are not the right. Oh, I should fix the colors. Paige, Hyde. Where's your next pick after that?
Rec Cactus.
Rec Cactus, and that's all we know about right now. Smile.
Yeah.
Canonically. Then Ghostik has
Yeah.
Akua, Roar, and FlipFlopperton.
What?
Eatmeister has Cold Beer, Urple, and Cello Guy. You have Nortlogic with Flawless, Nuttier, and Teddy M. You have Corey with Whalefish, Papa Triste, and Bunny. You have Booney with Sly, Invictus, HVSec. It's not. He didn't have a third one, right? Yeah, he did not. That's Nash again. Riddle has Mikey, Oaks, and Qthin. Strudel has 7. Tannic. Is it Tannic or Tansabi? Is that a K or S?
Tannic B.
Tannic B.
Panic B.
And then Fish. That's Trey again. Pepper Jesus has Xera, Verdium, Kef, and Kevin Toyota. And Poke has Sonic, Ronic, the Ronic Sonic, Neum, Sonic Go Fast, Thick Boy, EJ, right? Nothing else? Okay, those are your teams right now. It's a lot of good teams, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. I mean, we got
It's
so
a
many
lot
teams.
of players
I'm gonna
already.
be real. You could have not listed 3 of the teams that I would not have known there.
Same. And I was listing them, and I didn't even keep track. I'm just filling time
Listen.
for the draft to get ahead.
We are in round 4.
You don't
And-
have to do that, Connor. I can just speed up pretty easily.
Yeah.
That's true. No, we are in round 4, and there have been so many picks already. Just because of how many teams that we have this season. How many signups did we end up with? 84, right?
80. We have 84 active players.
Yeah.
Because we had a few people drop, a few people do that, But yeah, the pick is in for the second round. The second pick in round 4, pick 44, 444, 44444. The Cancun Coconuts. Yes, that's the team name. Woot woot. Select. I'm not on the right page. Where'd it go?
Proj
for
Proj
Thank you, thank you.
Proj for
Proj
DPS.
for DPS.
Console player. Vindy's friend. Auto aim. How much will it mean? We'll find out next time on whenever we have a match. Whenever we
Oh
have
my
a
god,
match.
we twinned.
Oh my god. I was gonna
Aw.
say that, but I'm not a weeb, so I stopped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maria and I are working on it.
Help.
Trey,
Anyways,
you wanna help us out here?
I was in
What?
Dragon Ball.
You wanna
Yeah,
first
Connor should watch Angel Beat.
right?
And K Project.
Oh,
I don't think
Yeah, I
Connor
guess.
would like K Project. I love K Project, but I don't think Connor would like it.
yeah, that's why I kind of was thinking about that one for a second.
Yeah. You should watch High School
Anyways.
DxD.
Oh God.
the Munich Mice.
Select Skysurf for support.
Another Marshmallow Monster alumni.
That's a
Yep.
lot of ums.
Mill City Marshmallow Monster. Nom nom nom.
So yeah, but selected for support, I must say.
I mean,
What did they play
Skysurf
on the
did
Mill City
sign up for
DPS,
support this
DPS
season.
on last season. So yeah,
They did sign up for support this season though. So
yeah,
as
but
their
it'll be
main role.
interesting to see how that will look in comparison. Because
Yeah.
I believe they played above their SR on DPS. I would not be surprised if it's the same way for support. So yeah.
All right, and with that, let's go into the next pick, which is for the Riddle Dog Red Pandas. I know that's not the name, but I like it more. Wiggle Higgle for support. I'm so sorry, Muffin.
I like the name
Yoinked.
Wiggle Higgle.
Wiggle Higgle
I
is a
love the name.
goat. Wiggle Higgle
He is goated.
I think because back in the day, and I don't know if people are really doing this now, the SR sync strat, having a lot of like higher SR players, and then Wiggle Higgle as an example for like a lower SR player to allow you to run more higher SR players. Wiggle Higgle is great for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Teammate last season did very well, listened well, played well. So yeah, good pickup.
All
What
right.
I wonder what would happen if we did median support instead of mean support. You know, like if you alternated your high and lows, and then just averaged the middle two.
Oh,
How would that change the draft? I mean, surely you just draft like 4 like diamond players right around the average, right?
all I have
Maybe,
in my
yeah.
head is monkey symbols.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of feeling that too. It was one of those things that like just whizzed past my noggin in one ear out the other, and I was just left kind of spinning in circles, you know?
I mean, we are on like the 47th pick of the draft.
Yeah, it's
getting a little
hot minute
goofy
here,
out here.
guys.
Let's add some energy by going back to the draft desk. What's going on?
Yeah.
Or the war room.
Oh
War room?
yes,
The war room.
yes.
What's going on
Let
here?
me see them again. Look at them
What are they
cooking.
cooking?
Is my e-boyfriend there, Booney?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at how big Booney's laptop is. Like
Yeah.
comparatively.
Yeah.
Like Corey's got the classic work laptop. You know, he's going to his 9 to 5 working in the White House.
Also, can we just
and
admire?
Booney's in the Gremlin.
Can we just admire the framed Booney art?
The
Yeah,
one with the
I do
Thanos
love
fist.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that goes
I
hard.
just like the Waluigi in the background too.
And with Wario as well. But
Oh yeah.
the
it's
chimps,
perfect
the
duo.
Chilean chimps.
You want to
Yep.
try that again?
No,
Okay.
for the 47th pick in the draft, they have selected the
Chad.
country of Chad.
Chattanooga.
On support.
I'm not surprised because, I mean, I think the main surprise I have so far was Thick Boy, because I believe Poke was mostly going for the people, like his friends from his, I don't know, like the Discord, but
Mhm.
I don't know if Thick Boy is in that, but still. Yeah, it's following the script pretty well, I would say. Chad played on the Rialto Ringers, I believe, season 4.
So Poke right now has a DPS, 2 DPS,
Mhm.
us 2 supports, and a tank. So that's Poke's roster.
Was it the first roster we have done?
I don't know, but that's the first
I don't
one
know
I've
where we're
noticed.
at anymore. It's been too long already.
What pick are you on?
Yes.
Like
48.
47?
47.
No, my team is done, I know for sure,
Okay, cool.
as well as a couple others.
All right, cool. So
Yeah, we
our
have
next pick is also in. We have for the Monokumas Saga. Saga? I don't know.
Saga, another rookie, I believe, coming in.
It's like
This one I
Sega,
don't
but
know
with an A.
nothing.
This funny story. I know a little bit. I believe this person actually does go to Minnesota. I know him through Flawless though. So, but from what I have heard, this person is the owner of NIU. That
The
is
owner?
basically it. Yeah. His name is Corey. That's all I know.
Oh God, another.
Oh yeah, another.
Oh wait,
Spelled differently. It's
Corey.
spelled with a K.
Okay, the C Corey still needs to make an alt account named Quarry. I'm just saying
Oh, absolutely.
that could go hard.
I think that could fit into the fishing names.
Nash did add in here the whole team of Flex. So I guess we now know what his plan was. Just going for all the Flex gods.
I'm
that-
trying to find more
Yes,
information about this
me,
player, and I literally
the
can't
Flex
find them on the
God.
sheet.
It's because stuff's being blacked out, so it was
No,
alphabetical on the
I
main
have the
info
original
sheet.
sheet opened. I'm just
It would be tank, 3K for tank,
Wait, no, that's Slimo. I need
2600
Oh, yeah.
for DPS, and then 3700 for support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Owner of an IU, apparently.
Oh yeah.
As once in a quick play game that he was spectating. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Cool. And
Yeah.
with that, we can move on to the 49th pick. The Washington Coreys. The Washington Overwatch team.
Just like the
Select
real team, pending.
Raz Matt Az.
I can't believe it. It's the
Razzmatazz.
dating team.
Oh god, the E-daters.
I mean, they're
Oh,
not
wait.
e-dating.
That's Connor.
Yeah, they're not e-dating. Like, come on.
My bad.
Can we check in on the war room here?
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's see the reaction after that stellar pickup from Corey. Oh yeah. He knew he made a great choice.
I wonder how many lawsuits they have filed from those seats.
I just love that it's like this desk is not wide. Like
No, it's
it's
not.
not a wide table. Like they are very close together.
Oh?
Hands really easily.
Oh wow.
Yo, hold
I will
hands.
say, I
Hold
will say,
hands.
I do like that bookshelf on the right though. That's a cool looking
Yeah.
bookshelf.
It's a nice bookshelf, yeah.
It's a classic.
I'm waiting for them to hold hands.
You know
Yeah.
what's incredibly disappointing? I can't see it because I don't have the stream open. I'll have to check
Okay,
VODs
just so
back
you don't
after.
get your heart broken.
You can
know?
open the stream in Discord. That's what I've been doing the entire time.
Yeah, but like I
They're
have
not
like 3
holding
Discords
hands.
open.
All
Or you
right.
can pop it out.
Booney. Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
I'm
wait.
using all my space.
Who they calling? All right. The phone call bit ended. I'm
Phone's
closing it
ringing.
out. All right. Moving on. Raz, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whooped.
And now we have the pick from the random Jimmies.
Pick is in.
They have selected Ninja Drew for support.
Pew, 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 pew.
I love Drew. That's all I gotta add. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
He's been in the league for over a year now, right?
That's another vocal player.
Yeah,
It's a value-
surprisingly vocal. Yeah.
You know what it is? It's a value pickup.
That is another
That's
value
true.
pick. Yeah.
That's a I can compensate for some high SR player situation going on there.
Yeah.
Let me look at that. I don't think there's any player on that team that will not be talking, except for maybe Teddy. I don't know how much Teddy talk. I mean, Teddy
Yo,
got a
he
new
just
mic,
got
so
a new mic.
yeah,
you gotta
that's
flex
true.
it, you know?
You shouldn't need your DPS players to talk. You just need them tuned
You
in.
say
sit
that.
in the zone. And
Yeah,
your
you
point is?
say that. Hold up.
I do say that. What about it?
Cries in me. Anyways, so yeah, another good pick from the random Jimmies. Just RNGing up, and the next pick for the Paris Paper Planes. Meow, they're soaring into their next pick. Pick 51 in the draft. They select.
You cannot do that anymore. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
That's exactly what I was feeling too.
They select Kelso. Keslo.
Where are you getting the
Neslo.
K?
Neslo.
Neslo. I'm dyslexic. Apologies.
Mood.
Not actually.
Yeah, extra mood.
Yeah, Neslo. That's a player. You know.
Believe another
at this
rookie.
point-
400 for support.
Yeah.
Yep, 3,400 support player, willing to play all roles. It looks like, you know, pretty flexible.
Mm-hmm.
You can't complain.
And with that, we'll be moving on to the next pick again. The Junkyard. Oh no! Now that graphic broke.
Oh
What?
no.
Junkyard Dogs.
We're graphic down again.
Junkyard Dogs, you guys go. I'll fix this.
The Junkyard Dogs have selected Curbology for support. So I now know who my support buddy is.
For now,
Curbology.
until Foodles comes in.
Oh god.
I mean, Curbology's been in the league for a while now.
Yeah?
You know, solid support player. Not super high SR, so it's not, you know, the expectation isn't there that you're carrying on that role, right? It's that you're providing consistent value to your team, and I think they do a great job with that.
Is our roster legal?
You tell me. That's not my job. I don't do math, okay?
I'm like Randy,
I sit here, I barely read names,
Rory,
and
me, Liv, Brutal. I don't know. I can't math either, so we'll find out later, obviously.
only we
But
had
I
access
gotta
to
be honest,
calculators.
I like my team so far. Yeah.
It's looking pretty good.
All right. Almost done with fixing
And
the graphic. I need you to set up the hotkeys
moving
again.
on to the 53rd pick. The chilling chimps select connectivity. Sponsored by I don't know. Some
I was gonna say, are we gonna complete that? Dude,
no. Sponsored
we
by
get punished if we
Guku
say it.
Connections. We
Oh
provide
yeah,
fiber
okay.
to every house.
That's a lot of
So
O's.
you don't
Perfect.
need to.
That's gonna show up in the next finals, you know, with
Yeah.
all the other
Guku Connections.
advertisements.
Connecting you
FlipFlop,
to your friends.
Sandal
So
Emporium or whatever.
you don't have to talk to them in person.
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum.
Ah,
There we go.
thanks, Trey.
Alright.
Connectivity was like one of the last players available on DPS. Am I right about
Poke's
that?
friend again.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
again, one of the last players
Listen,
available on
Poke apparently
DPS.
had a plan.
Poke
He had
was
a plan to
cooking.
get all of his friends.
Just
Yeah,
why?
and Poke is
yeah.
also not contested in how they are picking up a roster at all right now.
Yeah.
So.
That's also true.
I mean, it's
I
also
have no idea what's happening.
it's also helpful because Poke has all the picks in the right spots to get these players.
Yeah.
That's true.
Also,
yeah.
with them mostly being rookies and just in that single group, it's like there's no scouting for them. So you can't be like, all right, I need some of this SR. There's this person, but there's also this person. I'll just go with the person I actually know about, you know? So it's safe picks in these positions.
And I guess that's part of the reason why he kind of wanted to trade back or whatever, right? If you know most of your players are basically unknowns, chances are they're gonna drop pretty far in the draft in comparison to their SR. So I guess he was planning this from the beginning. The mastermind.
Indeed. But with that, the next pick, 54th pick, the mischievous Monokumas, yeah?
Yeah, something like that.
Yes, Nash Brown's team.
Yep.
Anyways, they have
Witherin
selected, yeah.
Witherin.
on
Another
Flop.
player who's been here for actually quite a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe the first season they played mostly tank, and after that they played mostly support, and once again flex.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then
Witherin's
correct me
a cool
if I'm
name.
wrong. I believe Witherin was the one who when we first were introduced to them, they were, I believe, just swapping over from console to PC. So they've certainly come quite a distance now compared to where they were before, right? Now they're sitting pretty in diamond, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add really to Witherin as a player.
Don't worry, he good.
Apologies. Yeah.
That's fine. With that being said, the next pick is in for Tortuga Team 2. They have selected Jack for DPS and support.
Jack the Ripper.
Kinda surprised Jack dropped this far.
I mean, if your primary role is going to be DPS, it's
I think
difficult.
Jack's a support. So
Yeah, I mean,
but
it is strange.
he's played a lot of DPS in the league, right? Whipped out the Sombra quite a bit, which I don't know what the meta is gonna be. All I know is like I've been seeing Sombras pretty consistently recently, so I don't know. Sombra might be good again. Who knows? But
Yeah. I mean, keep it a buck, right? I mean, we have what 16 teams in this league.
mhm.
There
14.
are like 14 teams. There are 14 people above Jack in terms of SR on support. A lot of teams don't like having high SR supports in this league just because,
Mhm.
you know, it's a rough spot for Jack to be, I think, on the list, you know, like kind of dead center of the supports, you know, high enough where they're not,
Yeah.
you know, below the average, but low enough where they're not,
A
a
value
high SR
pickup.
pace. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think Jack do well on this team, and I'm sure Jack, is a really good player. And I as a, in my potentially ignorant worldview, I think, you're picking up a 3,300 support, and you're probably going to get somewhere between, 3K and Masters, right? In terms of
Yeah.
performance in this league. So I think it's a value pickup.
For sure.
Yeah, and
Pour some respect on Jack.
wait, did my
Pouring
thing...
lots of
the
respect for
graphics
Jack.
messed up again. Oh well.
Stop ruining the graphics.
It's because apparently you can't have you can only have a certain amount of them loaded in at a time, I guess, and it keeps just extra looping. Is what I think is going on.
I see,
We can
I
move on
see.
to the next pick, though.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can find.
Well, the next two picks both belong to the Loch Ness Nessies. So, first off, we have Hayden for support. Anybody,
I thought you were going to announce both of
Oh,
them.
my bad, my bad. And then the other one is Flom Dog for support. That's why I was pausing, because I know that we all love Flom. Do we have any information? Any
Hayden
kind
is
of...
Djibouti.
Gotcha.
I feel like you're hyping up this legendary Djibouti roster.
I mean, they went undefeated in the World Cup as a pre-made, so.
That's true, yeah. They are relatively unknowns in comparison to the rest of the league, though. Given the fact that most of us have been here for, a few seasons. Just a few.
Just
but-
a few.
Christ.
You know what? I'm just gonna not worry about the graphic. It's already too far late in the draft.
Playing in playoffs couldn't be me.
Just gonna.
That's the secret to casting playoffs. If anybody ever wants to cast playoffs, just be on the team that
Just
doesn't make
lose.
it far. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have,
there you
a
go.
wide open schedule.
Oh, they're giggling.
All right, I've given up on those graphics. Next pick, Chummy Wummy. Round 5.
Tortuga Team 2 has selected Frosty for DPS.
Support player
So-
mostly.
Yeah, Frosty is an interesting pickup here because they're definitely, I would say they're more known for being the support player, right? They've played with Elliot on 2 or 3 teams. I don't remember exactly how many, but they're a pretty good support player. So interesting to see them on the DPS here potentially. I don't know if that'll be shuffled around maybe. Obviously, we still have trades to get to. Sometimes people do end up trading for, obvious reasons if they don't want to play a role or whatever. But yeah, I think that he could be doing pretty well on Tortuga. He's got a mean shoulder from what I remember, so.
He's also, I think, a common participant in the Gaming Reef 1v1 arena battles, so
That's also definitely true.
yeah.
Mechanics, warlords, all of them.
Exactly. Next pick we have.
The XX cult rises again.
Yeah, if you ever put me in one of those lobbies, please move me to spec. Thank you.
For Team Monokuma, we have Emiro on support.
No flex. GG.
No flex.
Bit
L.
But yeah, Mammoth teammates and Mancote. What's that place? The place that they're all. It's Mankota.
Mankato?
Mankato. Thank you.
Mankato?
I don't live
Yeah.
there. I don't know.
Okay, you guys
don't either.
non-Minnesotan.
I'm in Oregon. What do you want?
I live in Illinois. So,
Yeah, why
I
do you
live
know?
near Illinois, but I'm from Minnesota. Born and raised, baby.
That's Joe.
Mankato's a fun suburb. I don't know anything about the location. I'll be real with you.
I just know it's kind of a cult, apparently, within the...
Well, there's a lot
in
of
Aurora.
the Cato boys is a lot of there's a lot of players in
Yeah.
this league from Cato.
Well,
And
like,
that's 'cause I'm pretty sure they all went to, like, high school
Emiro... Oh, yeah. It is slightly impressive how many of them there are.
I mean, that's the secret to like having people in this league, like building a community, right? We have a lot of groups here.
That's true.
And That's why it's surprising that this hasn't fallen apart into a million pieces. But you know.
Aw, thanks. We're working
Anyway.
hard, I swear.
I know the admins try their best on a daily basis.
I don't.
Okay, well, some of the admins try their best on a daily
Try
basis.
driving the league into chaos.
Actually, it's just me and Booney flirting in admin chat.
Did we
There
ever
is a
get, do we
lot
still
of
have
that.
do we still
There's
have the
a lot of
feedback
that.
channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to cause some ruckus again. I haven't done that in a while.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Love that. Love that.
Anyway,
Anyways,
The next pick is in for the random jimmies. We have a shifty fish.
late sign up.
Courtesy of the dice.
Yeah.
another fish
yeah.
player, by the way.
Another fish,
Another
yeah.
fish. That's so
Forgot
fishy.
about that.
Anyways, yeah. This was randomly rolled for out of the people who are left, because keeping the random jimmies random for a few of those ranks. So random really rolled shifty fish. The roll selected has been dice. So yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, the interesting thing, right? You're at this point in the draft. You have your full roster. You're kind of picking up those extra players. So
Yeah.
we'll let the draft kind of figure itself out here, because some of these players, I mean, we're still required playtime, right?
Yeah.
But they might not see majority playtime,
Yeah.
which is the unfortunate reality we live
It's all
with here.
about filling in the last hole. Maybe you need like a specialist or something. Maybe you need somebody to be that kind of mercy player who pockets your carry DPS or whatever, right? So obviously we'll have to see, but Shifty's a good pick here. I think it's pretty late for Shifty, so
Yeah. Yes, I got nothing else to add.
yeah, it's okay.
We have a ton of great players this season.
We
I will
have
say.
so
Yeah.
many great players, guys.
Like, I was amazed looking at literally through pick 30. It's like, oh, these players are all very strong players.
And we're still picking from
Yeah.
yeah. So, there's no bad player at this point in time,
Exactly. Or we're all bad. One of the two.
I think I'm bad.
Fair enough. Says GM1,
I got boosted by
rank
Trey.
1 DPS player in the league.
I got boosted by Trey.
I am bad.
The two people who do it like GM1. Yeah, we both suck. What about it?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Hey,
All right, moving on. For the Junkyard Dogs, we have Silent Storm for tank. So this was somebody who was added to my team last season as a free agent. They were... I don't remember if they were team captain of the
Yes, I
UW
believe
Madison
so.
team. Okay, that's what I thought. Very positive person is what I'll say. They were very cheerful, very peppy. I liked it. I liked the vibes. So honestly, I'm happy to see them on our team again, and this time for more than one match, because yeah. But yeah,
Woot,
I don't know.
woot.
I'm happy with it.
gotta love seeing some people from different schools joining.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's always exciting.
I mean,
You know.
one of the main things that helps with Aurora specifically is it's a community-based league, and bringing other people, other cliques into the group to intermingle with everyone else. That's always good to
Mhm.
see.
As long as they're positive and a good addition.
Yeah, unlike me.
Yeah, I don't want
As
any
long
more
as
Yeah.
Fedora Masters. I want none of them.
Yeah, no more Torb one tricks. I'm sorry, guys. We are rejecting all of those. We can only handle one.
Yeah.
And next
Anyways.
pick, going in. Let me click the right button because the other one's broken.
We're
Okay,
almost at the end
pick.
here, guys. We're almost at the end here. Stick it out. Stick it out.
Paris Paper Planes has selected Based God XDDDD.
That's
I'm
so
sorry,
hype.
PJ.
Honestly, I still think Rusty Goomba should have gone this pick at pick 69.
Yeah,
That's just a letdown.
I mean,
at least it was.
Wait, where's
heat,
Booney going?
Where is Booney going?
Oh?
What they
he's
doing?
taking off the jacket.
Jacket's off.
Oh.
Oh my, look at those arms.
You know, those suit jackets get really hot. I'll be
They
real, that
do.
room's probably
They
really
do.
warm right now.
I like that all of us immediately are like, yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
I
Yeah.
mean, this is how the draft always is, right? You get to the end, you're like, oh my.
Like we've been sitting in
it's-
this chair in this hot room for this long. We can't, dude.
Speak for yourself. I've been jumping around this 10x10 room I'm in.
Yo, do a
Getting in
cartwheel.
your exercise.
I don't have room to do a cartwheel.
Unlucky.
I have 2 bowling balls on the
what
ground.
about-
It's
what
not-
about on
What,
handstand?
what are those bowling balls doing there?
You guys don't just have bowling balls sitting in your guest room?
I wish.
I wish I could say that I had bowling balls.
That sounds like a power play.
I
It
also have,
does.
you know, part of a bed frame. If anybody needs a queen size bed frame and is willing to drive out to Milwaukee, shoot me a DM.
Oh yeah, I
The
can.
advertisement during the draft.
Anyways, the next pick
Anyways.
is in. I can use this other graphic before. Just don't pay attention to the rounds down there, the text.
Yeah, of course. We won't look. So for Trey's team, hi Trey.
Hi.
The Cancun Coconuts select Gordo for tank.
Based.
What a
Wow.
great name.
Well, I
Yeah.
think Beast was the last pick.
Gordo's a great name. It's also, isn't it an enemy from Zelda?
I believe it is.
Doesn't it
I
mean
think
fat
so.
in Spanish?
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Well, you know, words have multiple meanings here.
Depends
Okay.
on the weather.
No, Gordo is from Kirby.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's the things that King Dedede throws, right? In Smash.
You're thinking there's something very similar. In Zelda, I'm not sure what the exact name is, which I should know because I play a lot of Zelda.
It's like a little spiky thing.
Yeah. Wait. No. Yeah.
Common
Yeah,
enemy
that's
in
in
the Kirby
Kirby.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Now that I'm remembering, it's the
Got the
little
yellow
spiky
spike,
enemy. It's
yeah.
in Smash. It's the one of the like rare things King Dedede
Yeah,
can throw.
Yeah.
And then I think in the new Smash, it's all the things King
Oh.
Dedede is.
Oh.
I have not played enough of the
So-
new Smash to know any of this. So
I haven't played any of it. I just have seen it.
have not played since
Yeah,
Brawl. So
We're you know, as part of this draft desk, we're now gonna play Smash.
Let's
everybody
go.
vote up.
yeah, of course.
You might have been thinking of Gorko
This sounds pretty
from-
similar.
from Zelda.
I might be I think I'm thinking of Gordo's, and I just get my video games confused. You know, that's I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay.
I just don't remember what games are. Look, man,
Same.
Okay.
I only see Overwatch. Overwatch and
enough.
FPS chess.
FPS chess. So, from what I've seen, it goes hard.
It
But
does go
the
pretty
next
hard.
pick. Okay. Oh wait. Actually, before the next pick, did you guys see chess boxing? Yeah, that was quirky.
I love chess boxing.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of boxing in general. This might be a
I'm
hot
not
take.
either,
I just
but
don't,
I am.
I don't like watching people beat each other up. It's just not for
Listen.
me.
There's something about watching people spend like 2 minutes using their brains to maximum capacity, just trying to play chess, and then just like trying to beat the other person to a living pulp and give them a concussion, so that way they'll suck at chess in the next round. You know, there's something about that.
I mean, it's a fun concept, you know. It's just I having gotten multiple concussions myself.
That's fair.
I just feel bad for the people playing, dude. It looks so hard.
Anyways,
Maybe we could finish the
the
draft
next
off.
pick in the draft.
Thanks, Trey. The
No
next pick
problem.
for Corey's team, the
Bronx.
Washington Overwatch team, is Bronx.
Bronx.
That doesn't make any sense. The Bronx is in New York.
All right, Buckaroo.
Shut up.
Another old he's been around for a while, but yeah, another concert player on support again. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Bronx. Bronx is always good.
All right, we have 2 picks in a row for Broncos Country
The
Riders.
graphic. I'm
We
giving
have-
Broncos country.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Let's ride.
All right, first of all, we have Flambo Jambo.
Flex.
I guess.
And then we have I forgot.
Yeah, I didn't want to read that one.
Bakken.
Yeah,
We don't know how to read.
for DPS. I'm a
I mean,
guy
that, I
played-
sounded that shit out.
You know, I did as well, but I No, it wasn't.
That's as best as I can get. It could be like Uo, Bakken,
Oh god.
Wow.
or U, or U, O-A, Bakken.
UOA.
But after that, you have
Or-
the Red Pandas picking again. And you
Yes,
select
sir.
Hyperbola Steven. Another person's been around for a while.
A long time.
long
Hyperbola's been
time.
around Since season 1 or 2.
There's not much that we can really
I mean,
add to a lot of these
I'm
players.
still surprised that Steven doesn't go sooner, because I feel like Steven
Honestly,
is
yeah.
very good for their SR when it comes to the flex support role. So yeah.
And they've played in a competitive setting for years.
They play. I always remembered whenever I would verse Steven, I'd be like, damn, that Anna's good.
Yeah.
But glad to see them get picked up on a team here.
Yeah, especially the Red Pandas, which I think will be a pretty good team, you know?
Mhm. And the next pick, you have the Munich Mice for Strudel's team, picking up Mania Moon for support. Console player was on the team with Axolotls together back when that was a team. So yeah, it should be interesting to see if that comes in again. Another console player.
Bro, Trey told us to hurry up, and you really went speeding
you
along. with
zoomed.
that. You are zooming.
I mean, we're already at rank pick 69, by the way. So
Listen, we're
I
at
just
the
wanted to get here.
best pick right now.
Yeah. Cool.
Can we give an award to just the person who gets picked 69
I mean,
overall?
On the draft sheet,
knows?
I bold italicized and made their font Comic Sans.
Of course.
Yeah.
Fair
That's-
enough.
I mean, it is crazy we have this many people
Anyways,
in the draft.
sorry, pick number 69. I figure we should probably announce who the legend is, you know?
Yeah.
It's Zainu Baba.
Yeah, console player, Vindy's friend.
Okay, gotcha. You have any
That's-
other insider intel?
Nope, that's
from
all I
them?
know.
No, okay.
That's all
Well,
I know. And the last pick,
Them just being number 69 is like the best
Yeah.
thing ever, though. So
that's already a
that's
massive buff,
The
And-
last pick.
is Panini for Flex for the, yeah. I forgot the team name. The Rams. I keep wanting to say the Ramsey Rough Riders, but that's the wrong team. It's the Roseville Raiders.
There
I
were
wanna
a
give-
lot of RR names in like season 1. So
Yeah. I want to give some credit to Panini here. I think Panini joined my team, middle of last season after we were winning. We continued to win even with Panini on the team. I think Panini is a player that is clearly trying to improve a lot. They're a solid tank player, and I'm excited to see them this year.
Yeah,
Mr. Irrelevant.
perhaps. Yeah. But that will conclude our draft for this season. Captains, you can expect a calculation form to help you with SR Calcs as soon as probably tomorrow midday. It'll be like early afternoon for me, but mid-afternoon for you guys, I guess. As soon as some trades go through, so I don't have to do that later. But yeah, team chats will also be created eventually. So don't pester us about that.
yeah, don't rush us.
We still got
Anyways,
trades.
Anyways,
And I'm
Fedora,
gonna meow in
Trey,
everyone's
what are you
chat.
guys making these?
Huh?
Kidding, please don't pester the admins. Instead,
No,
just
that's
DM.
funny.
You DM somebody who's not an admin. We can pick somebody randomly.
hmm Yeah.
Um,
Pick your victim.
Everyone DM Rory.
Yeah.
That was literally who I was thinking as well.
Oh my god.
Rory is the easy target. I think.
Yeah, I
God.
think yeah, I got nothing else. Thank you everyone for tuning in to the draft. I hope everyone has a great season and gets to and enjoys your team.
Meows in chat.
Oh,
We'll
God.
see you guys in some of the casted matches.
We'll let you know who ends up winning the whole contest of guessing the future.
Yes.
You know? We'll let you know.
Yeah.
Gotta do some math in order to determine the true winner. There are a few people who I think that you did not win.
I think Vind won.
So
I think Vind at least got one right.
I think Vind won. I think Vindy Man won.
I think Cupcake got one right too.
Vindy
At
Man
least, right?
clears. Anyways, thank you everyone for coming out. More information about the format of the draft and all schedules will be going out soon, so keep an eye out for that. Once again, thank you. Have a good night, everyone.